Hey, 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 it's Jessica. I am kind of multitasking. I'm doing a little bit of work and I am also testing out AirPods for my audio while I'm still in Restream to see how it works. So if anyone comes in, I probably won't keep this live up unless folks are asking job related questions or something deep. But wanted to try out just chatting openly answering live questions and see how that works. I also want to test out these AirPods and see if this might be a better way of using audio. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Laura, let me know how the audio sounds. If you can hear me really well or if there's any difficulty. This is the first day I'm doing this with the AirPods, and I just thought I normally have them in, so why not just try it this way? The thing about the microphone that I have is if I'm not directly speaking into it, so if I turn my head, if I, move at all away from being in front of the microphone directly, it drifts away. And I noticed that in the video I premiered earlier today. That was an open conversation. Thank you, Laura, for letting me know you could hear me. But yeah, it was an open conversation. And I was just like, okay, I can tell when I moved away from the mic and when I didn't. And I don't think that's the same with the AirPods, of course. So thank you for saying you could hear me. Hey, partly cloudy. Let me know how the audio is doing on your end as well. Hope you're doing well. Um, this is just an open chat. Ask me anything. Open to talking, and you're helping me test out my audio as well. So I thank you, Laura. I thank you, Partly Cloudy. And it could be job related. It can be about discussions that we've had on the channel. Pretty open. Again, depending on if things are asked, what is asked, I may or may not leave this chat up. So we'll see how things go. Partly cloudy, you're saying audio is fine. Good. Glad to see that. The other thing that I don't really use a lot is this overlay. And I'm really gonna be sad to, not have that anymore. Because I do like the look of it. I love the look of having the overlay. But I don't know. It's and having all the videos and stuff in Restream. It is really nice. I like that. It's gonna be difficult to change. With StreamYard, it's been so long since I've used StreamYard. I don't know if the reason I switched from StreamYard to Restream was the fact that I was having issues with buffering during live conversations and I didn't really like the options of StreamYard. So I paid for StreamYard, then I paid for Restream, and I was like, ooh, I like this better. It has all these different functions. I like the colors. I like the graphics. I like all of that. The issue with Restream is, and maybe I'm just the one having the issues, maybe it just doesn't work as well with Mac, or maybe it doesn't work well with Google Chrome. I'm not sure. But the fact that I'm paying for it is like, hey, you should be working instead of using just a free version was having people on the chat with me. I want people to come up and talk with me, right? So that's kind of annoying that one of my live chats was so annoying that I couldn't hear the person as I was talking. So it could be a technical thing that I'm just not doing. Hey, King of Kill. What? Quartal? Who is that? Don't make me clap you. What? King of Kill, what are you talking about? Hold on, let me pull up YouTube real quick. I'm like, what am I missing? Let's see what you're talking about. What is the teddy bear talking about? Let's see. I don't know why I always uh Oh, I see what you're saying. I see King of Kill. I'm glad you're my moderator. Thank you, King of Kill. I don't even want to know. The fact that it's a Pokemon, that says it all. I don't even wanna know. But yeah, you guys, you can ask me anything, only for this time, of course. Well, maybe I shouldn't have titled it "Ask Me Anything." I don't know what Quirtle was asking, but, yeah, if they're obviously appropriate questions, right? Normal questions. Oh, okay, Kaneko. Oh, he said, "Oh, wow." Look, and you know what, Kaneko, I'm not even on camera today. I'm probably not gonna be on camera for a minute. I might go back on camera next week, but I have been very much relaxing. I'm like, with not being on camera, you guys, it's just the fact that you don't have to worry about, so for me, I don't have to worry about my facial expressions because those that have been with me for a minute, you know that I can make some faces. If I don't get something, if I am questioning you or I'm side-eyeing in my head, you're gonna see me side-eyeing you. But most of the time I'm pretty happy. But yeah, I trying to make sure my face isn't giving off it's just WTF or anything like that can be challenging sometime, you know? So I don't have to think about it when I'm just on live chat. I see why so many people do this, right? It's easy. I am cooking spaghetti and going to have some wine later. Hey, what are y'all up to? I am not having wine. I am on a diet, so I'm not having spaghetti either. I feel like I'm constantly on a diet. I feel like adulthood is constantly being on a diet and watching your weight. That weird. Like other people tell me, "Oh, you look fine, girl," whatever, whatever. But I know a certain look. I know how my clothes fit, and all of that. So it is this whole month of January. It's literally work, gym, workout, aerial fitness. That's pretty much it. But I am going to be going out this weekend. I'm meeting up with one of my friends to go out, but I don't do a ton during the week. Sometimes I'll go to events. But with this whole panini, panorama, whatever you want to call it, it makes me a little more leery of going certain places. Jay Rena says, but Laura, enjoy your meal. It sounds delicious. Enjoy it even more so for me because I can't have to live, vicariously through you, Laura. Hey, Jay Rena, thanks for watching the video earlier. Great videos on Plusage. Love them. Oh, good. I'm glad you think so. Yes, I aim for it to be conversational and also educational. So we are looking at real documents and also bringing it to today of this idea of look, the same issues that our ancestors were dealing with in this country, we're still dealing with in a way. It is different, of course, because at least today, right, women have freedom. Some people don't like that, but women have we have the freedom to make a lot more choices in our lives. And it is very interesting how sometimes it seems like the past really does continue to come back at us and we repeat it. What are the temperatures there? It's not bad. It's cold. I mean, it's cold. It's like I want to say it was in the 40s. Let me see. It's been up and down. Like it's so crazy the weather because one day I'll have a coat on or a jacket on, and then the next day it feels like it, it just doesn't feel as bad, right? You could wear a pullover and maybe some shorts if if you like the cold. Me, I'm still kind of bundled up, but yeah, it's like been in the 40s. I went out a little earlier today. It was a little cold, but it wasn't unbearable. Hey, Sugar Love, how are you? Oh, welcome back. Thank you for joining. Sugar did join one of my chats. you guys. So she has a lot of interesting discussions on her channel too. Check her out. Hey, Vibes. You're watching the Plasage episodes? You said juicy. It is very interesting. Vibes. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, my main takeaway from those is just like, look, this is what happened in the past. This is, this is the good, the bad, and ugly of it. And, today I think women should have a same mentality where you do have to think about yourself and your children and what is the choice that actually is the best for you and your potential children. So I think it's really a great history that we should all know about. Sharky says your expression is fine, or my expressions are fine, Jess, and at least a little entertaining. I bet it is entertaining. People have told me, not really women, but men have told me that uh they like seeing the expressions on my face. I don't know why, but yeah, I could be saying nothing, and if someone's talking and looking at me, they are either going to be entertained or they're going to wonder what in the world I'm thinking because it's going to show on my face. King Kill is saying I'm meal prepping for Thursday through Sunday. Ooh, love that. My meals are very simple. Like last night, I told someone this earlier today. Last night I ate chopped up Brussels sprouts, obviously seasoned and sizzled all up, and peppers, red peppers. That's literally what I ate because I don't eat meat. I am plant-based, so that was like a quick meal because I was like, I have all of these vegetables. What am I going to do? And I hate things to go bad. It always happens, but I don't like things to go bad, so I try to just like whip up whatever I can in my kitchen if it's, getting close to that time. So I was like, hey, I gotta eat this right now. Vibe says it's all day, every day. Are you talking about the weather? What's the hardest part of HR and recruiting? Ooh, Laura, I am gonna make a video actually about that. What is the hardest part about HR and recruiting? It's different. HR is different in a lot of ways than recruiting. Recruiting has its own challenges. I think the biggest one, and I made a video about this. The biggest challenge I think is just balancing. Recruiters are literally juggling a bunch of people in the air. I feel like at times. So you are managing different stakeholders within the company. So you've got hiring managers, you have your immediate people team, your managers, your other recruiting team, your HR or your human resource business partners, uh, sometimes even executive level management. When I was recruiting director level roles, it just it was just dealing and interacting with people and being very sensitive to people and their different needs and how you say things, how you word things, how you put things in writing. It's very sensitive. Everything in HR is pretty sensitive. So there's that piece, and then also the managing of candidates, and then overall just managing different positions, and the fact that people want to hire folks, they wanted the person yesterday. So you're already behind. Let's get going. Different environments are, better than others, but a lot of times the big thing for recruiters are keeping everybody happy that you have to engage with, but at the same time pushing back to people when needed. And also just obviously this feeling that you're constantly behind because when there is a hire needed, we needed them ASAP, unless it's a proactive, which normally isn't the case. Most companies are not in a place where they're just proactively hiring. And when I say proactive, I'm saying before we even need someone, we need to start hiring, or we know we're going to need someone in May. So let's, start proactively looking for people or whatever. It's normally, oh, this person left. We need someone now. This person is getting promoted. We need someone like, now because they're starting this role like tomorrow. So those are some of the things with HR. Human resource management, it really depends on what you're doing. There's human resource information systems. So you're dealing with a lot of data, you're dealing with technology or different systems, different reporting applications, and things of that nature. Um, Human resources business partners have different scenarios. Like these are the folks that will have conversations about laying off employees, for example, employee issues. I have been in that role. That's not the funnest part of HR. And then there's other roles like benefits, right? So they have their own challenges. Open enrollment is happening, and we need to get people signed up for benefits. We need to figure out what benefits we are going to engage with this year, what's useful, what's not, because the companies pay for a percentage of the benefits costs, like thinking about healthcare. And so it's a lot to deal with from a benefits angle too, just different. So it really just depends on what aspect of human resources and what aspect of or recruitment that you're thinking about. Also the level. Obviously, if you are entry level recruiter, you're gonna have different challenges than someone that has, a couple years of experience in the level of hiring that you're doing. So if you're hiring directors or executive suite, that is it's another set of stressors. So it comes with more money, but it is a different, level of challenges. Vibes is saying, yes, the cycle of life always happen. Do you feel that it is happening in these times, the plissage? So plissage was very specific to that time. And Vibes, you'll have to continue watching those videos. I'm going to have another one next week. It was very specific to the time and the issues that those women found themselves in. So I don't believe that is at all happening today. Now, it's very separate than I think what some might get confused is hypergamy. Hypergamy is not plissage. Plissage is very specific. So it stems from French and Spanish colonies that controlled New Orleans and obviously other parts of Americas, right? But it came about that they created this extra legal system for mixed people of mixed race descent and also Black women. So it would be like Black woman, more common, a mixed race woman, where they would go into this arrangement with a European man, typically French or Spanish. Um, and they would, it would be like a left-handed marriage or a mistress scenario. Often it was tied to we're going to have this scenario set up so that you as a woman can have a comfortable lifestyle and your children, most importantly, can have a comfortable lifestyle, right? Um, and also on that on that end, it was to only be until the man would find a wife. So you'll have to continue watching. Jay Renna says, what are some entry to mid-level HR titles to get in the door? I always recommend, so I recommend for folks if you don't have any HR experience or education, it's probably easiest for you to become a recruiter at a company, not a staffing firm. Search to become a recruiter or a sourcer, and I can talk about in a video the difference between the two. And work as a recruiter because that starts to get you to understanding certain aspects of HR. And then it's easier sometimes to move into an HR specialist or HR business partner type of route, or even benefits or different areas. It gives you that exposure so you can figure out what you want to do. You can talk to different people in those roles. You can take on projects typically pretty easily. As long as you're doing well in your current role, people want you to, try other things, and they want to try to keep you or retain you in that company. The other thing that I would say is if you do have some education in HR or even psychology, or maybe you have an HR certification, I would recommend looking at something like onboarding specialist or an HR specialist title, or even a learning and development or organizational development title. It would need to be a specialist or a coordinator level. So as long as the specialist or coordinator, those typically don't require a ton of years of experience. Um, so yeah, those would be my suggestions just off the top of my head. And now that I know what kind of, and Jay Rena, I think you told me before, but look, so many videos, so many conversations we have. But I am gonna spend some time this weekend making more videos. Woohoo! Recording them, so I'll be on camera. So I will talk about the different high level different ways to move into HR, and then some of the HR titles at a junior level. It can be tough because the thing about human resources is that a lot of people transition into that field. A lot of people will, especially folks that end up getting a psychology degree and then they graduate school and they're like, do I really want to go back to school for 2 to 3 years and do this? Or could I just move into the HR field? What else can I do? And normally, psychology is a natural transition because HR, a lot of it is just dealing with people. Let me know if I answer your question or if you have more. King Akilah is saying, are your silks classes your only type of exercise? No. Unfortunately, I wish. I wish. No, I do cardio. I just do cardio. I was going to Orange Theory for a while, and I just got bored with that, and I felt like, honestly, I will tell you this, a King of Kill, aerial silks is an expensive habit, but I love it. So aerial silks, aerial hammock, lyra, hoop, all these different circus type of performances, pole, all of that. I just learned about Chinese pole. Like, it's just a whole, it's like literally there's something new. And I'm like, oh, you can do this in the air too. But yeah, it's an expensive habit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing this and doing Orange Theory. But I had gotten bored with Orange Theory because the setup is you have a personal trainer technically, but it's a class. So you'll have a trainer in the middle telling you to do circuits of weights and different exercises on the floor. Half of the time, you're on a row machine. Normally, that's kind of your warm up deal, and then you get on the treadmill, and it's kind of the same thing every time, and it's not really fun. They play their own music in the studio, and sometimes the music's really good. Other times the music is not so good, and I don't know. It's just the vibe for me. I just didn't really like it. It wasn't super where I am. It wasn't super connected, like, people were just, you go in, you go out, you leave the gym, so it wasn't like that camaraderie or anything to really hold me to, you know, stay with Orange Theory. Versus with aerial silks and all of that, you really do make friends, you make contacts, because once you're in it, if you love it, you're in it. You are in it. So, I mix it up, but aerial silks is it's something that I do about 5 times in a week, so it is a nice workout even if I didn't work out and do cardio. But yeah, it's pretty much, I'm doing more because of the fact that you know, during December, somehow, I don't know what I was eating. I must have been sitting and eating and chilling a little bit too much, but there was a little bit of weight gain, more than I liked, so We're back to the plant-based. Yes. Jay Renna says, are there any professional certification training that you can recommend? Yes. To update your resume for an HR role, I would recommend the SHRM certification. Let me put this in here. Hold on, let me get my phone. I'm going to throw this in the chat so you know what I'm talking about. So this is what I recommend. The SHRM CP. CP. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, by the way. So I recommend the SHRM. I didn't type that right. Let's try this again. SHRM CP. This is what I actually gained as a recruiter, and it helped me to move into an HR role. And then I was like, HR, I want to, I miss recruiting. But the SHRM CP is probably the number one. The other one is called a PHR. It's professional in HR. These are the baseline certifications that everyone is going to recognize. And if you know about the Society of Human Resource Managers, that is an organization that you can also learn from. They have plenty of free articles. There's also some trainings that they will have and things of that nature that can get you to understand more about the different areas of HR. Let's see. And then the PHR has been very long standing. The SHRM CP is newer. I know more people that have gained the SHRM CP. The plus side is that if you are a SHRM member, you get $100 off. At least when I took it in 2018, when I took it, you got $100 off of the cost. Some places, if you work there, they will pay for your SHRM CP or your PHR, whichever one you choose. So definitely check if you're working somewhere now, check with your management to see if that is something that can be covered. Because why pay if you don't have to? That is always my motto. Vibes. Oh, Sharky is saying vital vibes. I will just say that as a longtime swirler, quotations, swirling for the wrong reasons makes no sense, whether it's just dating or for marriage, let alone a plissage type arrangement. Yeah, and it's interesting. What we're going to talk about next week, we're going to tie in the movie Feast of All Saints because I love that movie because you see how much the women struggled with the pressure to not be able to just find a man that they love, but really solely you need to find one of these men specific to marry, quote unquote. Not really a marriage, but this is an arrangement. It's very much an arrangement, right? So it's an interesting movie if you ever get the chance to watch it. Target has store level HR. Yeah, Target would be a good company. I knew someone, well, I still know her. We worked together at Nestle Purina, and she worked at Target and she had very good things to say. And I do know that they will train people really well. You'll learn a lot. And it's a great name to have on your resume, Laura, sorry. Thank you for that. That is a really good one. Laura, are you working at Target? But yeah, I've heard really good things about them. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, cool. Okay, great. If you need the link to schedule a consultation, let me know. Actually, I'll put it in here just in case other people are curious. Let me see if I can find it. It's going to be a link tree. So I haven't updated my website. It's like on the list of things that I have to do. Seriously. I really just don't want to. I probably just should pay someone to do it for me. But at the time I was like, yeah, I want to do it myself. I've got this, yada yada. But it's not quite how I wanted it to look, so. Hey, Better Tomorrow, how are you? Oh, I see you. Hey, hey. Let me do this so I can actually see better who is chatting with me. Let's do this. Have you or would you take a job position? Oh, it just went away. Have you or would you take a job position in another country? I think, that's a good question. I think it would depend on the country, but yes, I would. It would depend on the country. It would also depend on when. I think if it were to like if I were to be offered a position within the next, I'll say like 5 years, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take it. But if it happens beyond that, I don't know if I would. And again, it would have to be, and I think I would need to, of course, visit the country before taking on a job in another place. I think that would be really tough to do. So the other thing is the climate right now. I don't know how easy it would be to meet new people. So yeah, that's a lot to think about, actually. Good question about her tomorrow. And if remind me where you're located. I want to say you're in Australia, right? I don't know if I would move to Australia. I've never been there before. I do have a friend that had visited and she liked it. I just don't know myself personally. Have you considered weight training? I uh, I haven't done weight training, like specific, just weight training outside of the gym or Orange Theory because we would use weights for sure. I think I think using weights is important. Let's see. It took me a minute to find this. Sorry. So consultations, this is the link. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's options for me to stand out. Why have I never seen this before? Oh, I think it's just about super chatting. Maybe not. YouTube is changing a lot of things on here. I'm noticing. Let's see. No, but I interviewed for them. Oh, you did? Oh, how was your interview process? Do you work in tech? Does he work in tech? Do you work in tech, Sharky? And what's up with the channel? Sharky, where is the channel? I feel like you're gonna tell me, oh, it's been up for 3 months now. You missed it. Please don't tell me that. I'm gonna feel really bad if you do. I'll feel really bad. You've already checked it out. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Um, oh yeah, okay. I do remember correctly. You are in Australia. All right. What is going on with my phone? I tried to add it into the chat and it didn't work. I don't know why. Let me try this. See, YouTube is tripping half the time for me. I'll check in a minute. Let's see. Oh, hey, Vern. Bring your mom. Really? Is this the same person that's like made up a new name? Because I realize that's another Pokemon character. Like, goodness, what is wrong with people? People that bored? Hey, hey, how are you, Vern? The interview process was okay. I did not get an offer, sadly, but I work from home now, so it's okay. Hey, no complaints. No complaints there then, because I mean, thinking about regular life, I don't know how it would be to go back into the office full time. Honestly, it's been so long. I don't know if I can really imagine it. There's some plus factors to it, but I don't know. I don't know if they're outweighing the benefits. The benefits of work from home. Hey JMJ, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? A Better Tomorrow is saying, in this latest stock and crypto downturn, have you held or sold? Do you think Fed will raise interest rates? Well, I think Jay Powell said that we are raising interest rates, right? It'll happen sometime in March. And with that, I actually am thinking about how do I re-strategize. I did sell a bit of crypto, but that was last year. Um, I am pretty long term with investing, so I don't really sweat the market downturns because I do believe in the US economy. Like, I believe these companies will still be standing. So, Disney, Google, Amazon, uh, even Facebook. There's so many, right? Especially with thinking about mutual funds and so many different investments. Do I think they're going to go poof tomorrow or poof even in the next 5 years? No, I don't. So I'm not worried. Also, when I'm investing, I'm not investing and I'm not a trader. So I'm not investing for the short term. But with crypto, I did decide to sell a little bit just because I was at the end of last year, I was just kind of like, mm, this can't last forever. I'm taking a little bit off the table, but again, I am still invested long term because I want to be in this market. I want to see what happens with blockchain technologies overall. And so that's pretty much that's was my thinking in the beginning. That is still my thinking today. And obviously I haven't invested, you don't invest your life's savings into these things, right? With crypto, especially what I've said on the channel, invest what you can lose, invest what you're willing to give up, invest, what I did was more so little by little when I started in 2020. And that's been something I'm comfortable with. But everyone's planning, everyone's goals are going to be very different. So you have to do what's best for you. And don't follow the YouTubers. I know I'm talking about it and I'm a YouTuber, but don't follow all the YouTubers that pop up and they're like, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. I don't follow the like meme stuff so well. If there's something that's kind of interesting, I really just think it starts to get more like gambling when people are doing that. And there have been some people called out. I know Kim Kardashian was tied to some crypto. I don't even remember the name of it, but it's tough because I could see celebrities wanting to be like, "Hey, I want to get in this market," or "I can talk about this. It sounds interesting." But then people lose their money, and then they're complaining, and they're looking at the celebrity. So it's interesting, interesting stuff. I'm interested to hear what you did at A Better Tomorrow. Have you sold, or are you holding on for the long haul, diamond hands? Oh, you're doing well, Burns. Nice to hear. I'm probably gonna get off of here in the next couple of minutes because time is going fast and I actually need to go to the grocery store. Do you get a lot of weirdos usually? Because there's been two already. King of Kill, where have you been? King of Kill, where have you been? It really depends on the topic. I've had plenty. You know what, King of Kill? Ask Sharky that same question. So Sharky, if you're still in here, King of Kill is asking, do I get a lot of weirdos usually? Because there's been two already. The thing is about YouTube for my moderator, so King of Kill, you're my new moderator. Most people don't normally see it, especially if you're like listening to me on your phone, you got your phone down, you're not looking at the chat. Or if you kind of look at the chat and then you look away, you may miss some of the comments because as a moderator, you're able to hide a lot of that stuff. But yeah, we get the weirdos. Normally, it's not this type of title because the title is literally just open live, just chatting, ask me anything. Maybe I shouldn't have said ask me anything. I don't know what people are asking. I just thought it was just going to be, the intimate group, of friends. But normally when I have a title Black woman in it, that's when that's when the people come out. That is when the people come out. So, yeah, I'm always bracing myself during that time. But otherwise, it just depends. You're good? Awesome. Jay Rena, I'm a financial contractor who specializes in tax reporting. However, I know a reasonable amount about fintech. Where is the channel? Where is the channel? Vibes is saying, have I tried options trading? No, I'm staying away from options until I can actually take the time to focus on a course. I wouldn't just jump into trading. I wouldn't even want to jump into options trading with just like a quick, these things where you do like this 1 day class or this, I don't know, this online thing, and then you can be you can be a trader, you're certified, whatever. I don't trust that. I would literally want to do a full class. I know Trade with Terry seems pretty good, and I've had that kind of in the back of my mind, but I don't want to buy something and then just have it sitting there and I'm not committing the time to it. So I would only want to focus on it if I'm really going to give my all. And right now I'm just not as interested. But who knows? That may happen. Hey, Peter Dell, how are you? Peter Dell, remind me where you're located. I just don't remember. I know where King of Kill. I know where. Oh, maybe I don't know where Sharky is. I thought I knew where Sharky was, and I know where Better Tomorrow is in Vern. But a lot of folks I don't remember. So Jay Renus, I'm interested in HR and technology. Oh my goodness. Yes, I do have a suggestion for you. I think for someone that's interested in tech, a couple of things. You could either become a technical recruiter, which I will tell you of most recruiters, they are getting paid the most. I've been a technical recruiter. There's not a lot different except that you will probably enjoy. If you like people and you like the idea of recruiting and HR, and you also have this interest in technology, it can be a great way because you're talking to people about technology and about the projects that they've done within the technology space a lot of the time. So it can be great. And it can also give you a varied view of technology and an inside scoop into what hiring managers are actually looking for. For in that scenario, if you want to move into maybe some type of tech field, whether it's cybersecurity, becoming a developer, even if it's more functional, if it's technical or functional, there's different roles within technology that you can go into. The other thing is what I mentioned earlier, HRIS. So you could become an HRIS specialist. Um, Let me try to put it in here. So I'm putting this in the chat. It's called HRS. I would say again specialist, but there is growth there. Technology. I mean, it's basically a lot of reporting, but a lot of system analysis too. So it ties in technology and HR. And then this is what I was going to share in here earlier. Oh, there's a troll in here. I'll just remove you. Okay. I know King and Kill has been on it. So, but yes. And the other thing, what was the other thing I was just thinking about? Oh, of course, so there are actual developers that will build HR systems, right? Or solely work with HR teams to customize different systems. So think about payroll, like an ADP, how everybody gets paid. That's not going away, right? So they will customize it because a lot of these packages, whether it's a applicant tracking system, payroll system, any of these different vendors, the out of the box product is really not what the company needs. And so they need an internal team, is ideally what they want. They want their team to be able to customize it for their needs. And so you could do something of that arena, but that would require oftentimes some type of programming degree, computer science degree. So there's that. You could also, this is another way to think about it within HR, is you could work as a human resources business partner, and your goal would be to focus on technical teams. So you would work with the tech department, and you would be the human resources business partner for them. That's something that would take time, though. So there's a lot that you could do with pairing tech and HR, and there's a big need for it as well. So you'll be very marketable, you'll have skills that are very in demand. Crypto is getting crunched. I feel like everything is getting crunched. The more people are talking, like Janet Yellen talked today, Jay Powell talked today, and it's just like, oh, stock market we were seeing a little green today, and then it just plummeted. But I always have to think about this though. Things are plummeting, even we're looking at the stocks, but it's not as bad as 2020 in March. March 2020, do you remember? I look at my stocks and I'm just like, yeah, it's low. The prices are low, but the prices were also inflated. We do recall that in 2021, there was a lot of inflation happening. There's still inflation, right? But when you look at inflation in the stock market, that's the good side for people that are, selling out, or they are looking at their equity and things. So it's not as bad as March 2020 for at least the stocks I have. Now, if you were just all technology, all meme stocks, yeah, you're probably really hurting. Let me change my audio real quick. Okay, my audio is the MacBook, so just changed from the AirPods. So let me know if you can still hear me all right. But I'm going to close it out. Let me just check for any questions. A Better Tomorrow is saying diamond hands, long-term investing. Hey, that is where it's at. I've traded options for 20 years. You need to be very careful because they're highly leveraged and volatile. I'd rather see people use them for income and hedging rather than pure speculation. See, that's why I want a full-blown class. I don't just want like a quick, hey, join this 3-hour session and you can get into options trading. No. I feel like all of the finance YouTube gurus, you guys know I don't really trust the gurus oftentimes, that are selling the courses. I'm always side-eyeing a bit, except for Trade with Terry. I feel like I'm sure that's legit. I also would probably be okay with like a Meet Kevin. I feel like I watched enough where he's probably doing his research, but I don't know. I don't know if I would trust that as much. I know Trade with Terry has an education background, so I feel more comfortable with something like that. La 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 la. Sharky says yes, some weirdos do come on Jessica's live chats, especially when it's anything race related. Thank you, Sharky. So King of Kill, that is your answer. Do the weirdos come out? Yes, they do. There's some interesting people online. So as long as people are respectful, I'm fine, because a lot of the topics that we're having are either educational or discussion based. But there's some interesting there's one that's still on a video about Plassage and trying to link videos of all across YouTube where I guess it's like anti-hypergamy or something. I don't think they listened to the videos. I think they just came in and they wanted to, I don't know. They wanted to tell black people, or black women, I'm sorry. They wanted to tell black women we shouldn't be hypergamous and we should not date other people. And that's never going to be my stance. I'm sorry. But it's just not going to be my stance. I think when you're dating, you think about the things that you want in a partner. And I don't think that the number one thing should be they need to be this race. Now, if it's important to you, it's important to you. And that's that. But I just don't really think so. That's a personal stance, right? Thank you for passing through, Team Gravely. Nice to see you. A lot of scraping. Oh, you guys are coming with the questions. Okay, I'm gonna cut it off with Sharky, maybe. A lot of scraping of the charts. What? Oh, scraping. Yes. A lot of chart analysis. Yes. You know how to read. Yes, that's true. And I do like the charts. They are helpful. Oh, sure. Hey, you're in Chicago. How cold is it in Chicago? Oh, buddy. No way. I just like Chicago. It's that wind chill. I can't with Chicago. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I think authentic topics come from race relations. Only those that exist in an altered reality ignore. Mm. Yeah, I think people are just King of Kills said it best. Like it's just very extreme on one end or the other. You're learning coding? Hey, Jay Rena, you're gonna be a powerhouse. Look at that. Jay Rena is gonna have all the skills. All of the skills. Five says Terry is super dope. If you have some leisure time in the mornings. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Vital Vibes, good to hear that options are working for you. I would advise anyone considering options to learn stock trading first. And risk management. And Terry Ijeoma, she does provide risk management and focuses heavily on that. So I think that is amazing. I agree. Obviously, you want to keep your risk low. You're staying away from the race subject. One comment I remember you said, King of Kill, you were like, "Are you trying to?" I think you said, "Am I trying to trigger you with one of my topics?" I'm like, no, not really. It shouldn't be triggering. Given the world we live in now, I don't really see how it's still triggering people, but it is sensitive. Char. No. No. Oh man, I'm being silly, but 7 degrees, I would be in the house, cuddled up, watching TV. Like that is not good for me. I don't want cold weather. That just means I don't want to move as much. I don't want to go out. No, 7 degrees. Hopefully it gets warmer there in Chicago. I don't even know if someone could pay me to go live in Chicago. Thinking about the crime, the cold, the just all the things, I wouldn't. I know someone here that moved from Chicago, and they were telling me about the crime themselves, and I'm just like, nope. The Greeks are also an important part of options education. Oh, interesting. Again, Sharky, where is the channel? Um, yes, I agree with that vibes. All right, y'all. I am going to close it out just under the hour mark. That hour went by really fast. Thank you for testing out my AirPods with me. So I'm going to try in future live streams to just use the AirPods if the audio sounded really good. Sharky. I just need a new camera, phone, and then I can start live streaming. I have a good mic now. Oh, okay. Before I go, Sharky, what type of mic do you have? Because I want to invest in a better mic. So before you leave, you can also write me on Twitter. But let me know what mic you have. I need to know. Let's see. I'm gonna look at YouTube because I think there's a delay with restream. Oh my gosh, I love this. Jairina. Okay. Upping my skills to change zip codes. I'm tired of cold weather tropics for me. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. I don't think I could do cold weather at all. All right, I'm waiting on here to see if Sharky is going to tell me the info. He's going to give me the scoop on this mic. I need to know the mic and the camera. Maybe I should just ask Barry. Barry would know a good recommendation too. Oh, thank you, Jayrina. I appreciate that. Do you want me to have more open conversations like this where I'm just like, hey, just ask me questions? if you do, just let me know once the live is posted. Like I'll be able to see the comments and stuff. I'll keep this up since we did answer some questions about job related things. I'll keep it up. But let me know if you would like more of these just open Q&A. I was doing them on Sundays, and then I was like, I kind of need my Sundays. I don't know. I just kind of fell off with that. It's the Samsung, not Samsung, Q2U. Well, okay then. With that, I appreciate it. Oh, Miss Furroller has the same one. Oh, her audio is always nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, that is cool. Samsung Q2U. And yes, please do hit the like button. Leave me a comment afterwards if you would like to help the algorithm. I mean, obviously, do that with all of the videos. It helps the algorithm and tells YouTube to be like, hey, show this video some love. But I'm out. Have a good evening, lovely people. And I will see you, like for real, see you. You'll see my face. I'll see you next week. Have a good night and have a nice weekend. Bye.